गजाननं भूतगणादिसेवितं कपेतजम्बूफलचारुहर्षितम् उमासुतं शोकविनाशकारकं नमामि विघ्नेश्वर पारपङ्कजं सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये
शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके
शरण्ये
त्र्यम्बिके गौरी
नारायणी
नमोस्तुते।
ॐ नमो
भगवते वासुदेवाय।
Everybody together. ॐ नमो भगवते
वासुदेवाय।
ॐ नमो
भगवते
वासुदेवाय।
वासुदेवाय।
गुरुर्ब्रह्मा
गुरुर्विष्णु
गुरुर्देवो
महेश्वरा
गुरुर्साक्षात्
परं ब्रह्मा
तस्मै श्री
गुरुवे नमः।
ॐ नमः शिवाय. Everybody.
ॐ नमः शिवाय।
ॐ नमः शिवाय.
ॐ नमः शिवाय।
ॐ नमः शिवाय.
ॐ नमः शिवाय।
प्रेम से बोलो उमापति महादेव की जय. Everybody please have your seat. Make yourself comfortable. Last night we read from Adabhut Ramayana, and in doing so we dealt with the goddess Sita in great detail, how Lakshmi Mata is going to come as Sita and why. And then we looked at how she's born for the typical Sanatanis. We learned that Sita is named Sita because of the plow that Janak used to plow the land. We are all very aware that we find Sita Mata in a golden box in the land. But the question comes, how did she reach in the box? Who is her biological mother, etc. And that is what we discussed last night. Just to recap further, we learned how Sita Mata, and you'll hear about it tonight in our discourse again, how Sita Mata becomes the real end point of Ravan. How she is the one that triggers the end of Ravan, causing Sri Ram to go to war. Tonight, we continue in our discourse where we started off the first night in Doha, number 5 from Ramcharitamanas, talking about good people and grace, and in this life, how Prabhu gives lessons, sometimes tough, to gain and to grow and to uplift a person. Sometimes the lessons, in all fairness, are very difficult. And before we go further into our discourse tonight, I want to paint a very clear picture as a Sanatanist. Sometimes even my own self, in talking with children and laughing, you go hear, well, Babs, I got in a car accident. For example, a little something happened. We get a virus, something happened. You see how the devil is a busy man? Hindus commonly say this. Simple language, good good comes from God and bad comes from the devil. The devil is a busy man. But unfortunately, this is a misconception that Hindus have adopted from other thinking, from other religion. In our religion, we believe God is in charge of everything. God does, let's use the word of Durga, as we are in the Ashtami night. Today is the most powerful night of the Navrat. In Devi Bhagavad it says, if a person cannot do prayers for any other night of the Navrat, do prayer tonight, do fasting today into tonight, and you get the blessing as if you've done the entire period, the entire Vrat. Imagine Durga Mata as an example tonight. The Hindu belief of God is just like your biological mother. Durga Mata will celebrate and sing and clap for you when you do the right thing and do correct things and you achieve good things. As a result, you study hard, you pass the exam, she'll be the first one like your mother, clapping and celebrating with you. Just like your mom home. Bring cake and cook all the nice food you like. I know you like dal puri, I cook dal puri for you. That's your mom. But Durga Mata is just like your mother. Don't take up your book, play lazy, and she'll be the lady who will grab the belt. And although she loves you, she made you, she'll do everything. One like my mother, I make you, I'll kill you. Do the correct thing or else. But in the mode of getting all the licks, just reflect on what you know. Children grumble, children cry, children complain. You see how my mother stopped? But from the police to the in-laws to the temple people, everybody will watch that lady and say, that's a good mom, she's doing her job. Leave her to do her job. Lessons have to be taught. Children have to understand discipline. The Hindu concept is the same thing. If the person does good karma, if the person does good activity, God rewards the person. But if the person does bad, lessons have to be taught. And punishment is coming based on what you do. Tomorrow we celebrate the Janam of Sri Ram. And one of the things that we come across in that discourse where Sri Ram is physically coming into the earth, Kaushalya, the mother, holds her baby and she watches him from head to toe looking for the marks of karma. What we talking about? Some of it you know. If a child born with an extra appendage, 6 fingers on a hand, for example, God made this child different. But that extra appendage doesn't mean bad. It means this child will be musically inclined. Parent, put this child to learn some instrument and they will excel at it. The marks on your body is indicative or are indicative of the traits that you will develop. For example, everybody know this one. Okay, now a little static there. What? Okay. And if we watch the boy toe, if the second toe longer than the first toe with his, okay, well, somebody will rule somebody. If like in me, I have this little peak here called the widow's peak. Be careful with this child when they're getting married. The wedding have to finish before 12 o'clock in the day. Further to that, you know about the mark in the mole of the head that this child may be predisposed to trouble or difficulty in water. It have more than that. If you check the skin and you pull back the little hair, even on the baby, and you're watching the paw and you see 2 strands of hair coming from one paw, it means this child, careful mom, this child got her temper. If the child has 3 strands of hair in one paw, careful mom, this child lifespan could be in detriment. So imagine if you as a parent, you're reading the manual, come with this new item, and you could say, okay, watch out, trouble, strength, weakness. Depending, just as you check the patra, if they're born under Dhanush Rasi, mommy careful with chest infection, cold. So when you're listening to tomorrow's discourse to preempt, and you hear Kaushalya says, I see only positive marks on his body. When you listen to Krishna Janam and Ram Janam, you will hear that statement being repeated. This is what they are talking about. In our text, they talk about if you have a mole over your forehead, what that mole mean. the birthmark, what it means. If the girl on her chest has a mole, left side or right side, it means something with children. So imagine on your body like a tapestry, like a painting, God is indicating to the person, I am making these things known to you and I, so that you would know what type of praschit or prayer to get yourself in. Think about it. If God, the parent, made you, but he made you different. He made your ears big. You know why people have big ears? Big ears mean the person will have the ability to retain a lot of knowledge. For this reason, if you look at a picture or a murti of Buddha, you will see long ears, big ears, long earlobes. So in fact, you see how my earlobe in one, this is, no, I'm being honest with you. You see how this in one swoop? Not good. But if the person earlobe comes down a little bit, when they're doing the puncturing of the ears for the first time, it says this is being done so that the person will remember what
this particular Ramayana and then excellent marks or the contribution.
spelling. And I know, for example, SEA coming up, I know if I had to go and write some of them things those children are writing now, me, Keshava, would never pass the exam. How are they remembering? When you see a child be able to put on every app on your phone, put on the Fire Stick, find Netflix, figure out the password, who taught them that? The gifts that God gives, sometimes you cannot see the physical gift, meaning they may not be able to do something with their hands, lift weights or whatever, but mentally, when they could remember notes or naturally play drum or organ or sing, those gifts are indicated by even the marks on their body. Tonight, we begin in Doha 33 of Balkan, preempting the prayers for the Janam of Ram is coming. Kaushalya, on a night like tonight, Kaushalya wanted to do prayer for mother. She would have been doing Durga's prayer in preparation for Sri Ram to come. This is where Ram Charitramana starts. Put your hands together before we start our discourse tonight. Rama Ananta Ananta Janu Amita Katha Vistar Suni Acharyo Namuni Hahina Jina Ke Vikmal Vichar. Ram is infinite, and infinite are his virtues. The dimensions of his story are immeasurable. Listening in this yagya, you have heard different things, and it stretches the mind. And the first thing it is telling you, don't feel you know it all. Those whose thoughts are pure, those who purpose, their job, conduct is pure. When they hear all the different excerpts, when they listen to the new pieces, the different pieces of information, and they do searching and they do their research, feel no surprise in your heart. Good people absorb and enjoy, just as Narad would always listen, just as Hanuman, who lived to see the Ramayana. Wherever Ramayana is being chanted, Hanuman still today, that Chiranjeevi, that everlasting one, still comes to listen and learn. Put away all your doubts. Place your head on the dust of the charan of your Guru, the feet from the ankle to the toe, charan. Supplicate with joint palms. Today, I, Tulsidas, throw blame on nobody. I bow to Shiva, I bow to Sri Ram, and I place my head at the feet of Mahavishnu as I commence Ram Charitamanas. On this Tuesday, in the month of Chaitra, this story begins in Ayodhya. On this day where Ram Charitamanas is about to begin, and I am in Chaupai 2, Doha 33, for those of you that read your books. On this day when Ram Janam was happening, the spirit of people was so high, they were singing, the energy of the Ved, all the devtas, all the demons, the energy of the earth was up. That blessed is the person that prepares for the body of Ram. Today, great people prepare to celebrate the birth festival of Ram. They sing the sweet glories of Ram as he is coming. Prem Sabalo Mahapati Mahadeva Ki Jai. Tonight we enter our discourse to understand is twofold. We are going to listen to an excerpt from Anand Ramayana, which is written from Valmiki. Say it, Valmiki. Valmiki is the person who writes Ramayana. Tulsidas takes the Sanskrit version of that Valmiki Ramayana and he pens his Ramayana. From things like the Tulsidas Ramayana, you will hear of the Kakbushundi Ramayana or the what is called Adi Ramayana, subsequent. So the story of Ram has many dimensions and in it you find gems along the way. Tonight, let us hear who is going to learn a lesson. Pay attention to this part. You will hear some different parts of this discourse, but tonight you will hear where Sri Ram is going to give grace to Hanuman Baba. Let's enter. As we are entering in the portion, Lord Shiva is talking to Parvati and he's telling her, Hanuman is getting ready, just as in Ramcharitramanas, in Sundarkan, Jamwant has already gotten Hanuman to get ready to go to Lanka. The whole conversation of how all the monkeys were separated, the map that we hear about in different discourse that Sugriv drew, telling them what we would call South America and Africa and all that is described in that discourse, all that was covered. And these people went in the southern direction. And this team now, after the discourse with Sampati, they are waiting on the shore, on the southern shore of India, and Hanuman is flying. Let's enter as we go to our discourse to hear what is happening as Hanuman is making his way to Lanka to see if Sita Mata is over there. Jaya Bhole Baba Tab Sharanam.
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 Jaya Samba Sada Shiva 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 Tab Sharanam.
Ata Hanuman Yadha Kayam Varshamantar Vijayati Jantu Sarasya Naga Mataram Tesham Surataye Kritam Jaya Bhole Baba Tab Sharanam.
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 Jaya Samba Sada Shiva Tab Sharanam.
Jaya Samba Sada Shiva Tab Sharanam.
Hanuman Baba grew and he's flying. And while she's flying, Suras came up out of the water. And she says, "Oh monkey, it is time for you to enter my mouth. Why are you passing here? This is my district. Come into my mouth and allow me to eat you, allow me to swallow you, allow me to digest you." Hanuman says, "No, I have received the mantra from Ram, Jai Shri Ram. I have received the name of Ram, and that Nam mantra is power in me, and I cannot be stopped. I am not going to be distracted. How could I enter your mouth?" And when she insisted, Hanuman Baba started to grow his body. She starts to grow her body. Let's hear what happens. Vivedya Vedyayetam Sikrata Vishwahetham Yate Mantra Suras Vakratam Gatva Vinirkata Yahe Jaya Bhole Baba Tab Sharanam.
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 Jaya And Hanuman Baba quickly takes a minute form and spins in her mouth and comes out. In a way, it meant that he did what she said and he passed her and he's going. Mainak, a mountain comes out of the water to block him. Oh, Vanar, rest. Take a rest. You've been flying for some time. Take rest here. He says, no, do you think I need rest? I am the emissary of Ram. Do you think his work allows a person? It is as if you're saying the battery is running out. I need help. I need assistance. Do you think the name of Ram is so weak that I need rest? I am charged by his name. I don't need to take rest. She says, wait. And this is Anand Ramayana. She says, I was able to get the blessing of Dashrath. Dashrath saved me years ago, and today his son, you are doing his work. 9th slok, Sagar 9. Sara Khan of Anand Ramayana, she says, today I was lodged in this water to repay the kindness of Dashrath from a battle that we fought together many years ago. Today, allow me to fulfill my promise to Dashrath. Let me help his son take rest. He says, Devi, I do not need to rest on your mountain. You return to your water. I will continue on my journey. And as he was about to pull off, still flying, she says, please just touch me so that I can leave this place. And Hanuman touches the back of this mountain. She gets liberation and he continues. Let's hear what happens. One more person is going to feed on his body as he's moving at rapid speed at a high altitude. Let's hear what happens. Singha, Singha, Kamana, Pura, Jalanta, Ye, Sada, Akasha, Kaminam, Ye, Chaya, Chaya, Kritave, Ye, Ati, Chaya, Bole, Baba, Tab, Sharana, Jaya, Bole, Baba, Tab, Sharana. That is able. There are different mantras you have to learn. Please remember what I'm saying. When you are using prayer, there's prayer where you chant the name of God, you praise the name of God. We know those very good. But there's prayer also for different purpose. Vasikaran type mantra is prayer where you want to control the mind of the other person. Of course, this could be used for nefarious purpose. Think about what I'm saying there. But we use it for practical purpose. Baba, could I have a mantra? I'm going for interview. I have an interview for visa and I want favor. So I'll say the prayer so the person's mind will find favor with me. The problem comes when people start to use that mantra to corrupt the boy and the girl to fall in love with me. Because that happens to Hindu, Muslim and Christian have that. That type of mind control. So when people are doing Panchmukh Hanuman Puja and they chant their kavach and they're asking Hanuman Baba to break all type of mantras that are used against me, this is where that potency is coming. Where did those prayers start? Those type of prayers that break Mohanam and Maranam, where people are praying, dear God, I am in a battle in this life. I'm facing in court and I want to destroy my enemy. I want to bless the bat so I win the other side. I want, you see it when people in Trinidad, they have stick fight and you see they're praying over the stick and they're blowing on the weapon that they have. Understand that the prayer, the same God that powers everything, God powers that too. So when the person is going to face an adversary, they have prayer. Kavach is that type of prayer. Hanuman, Durga, Ganesh, Kavach. Please break all spells. All, I'm using spell for English, but Mohanam and Maranam and Vashikaran type prayers so that I could be in control of myself and I must win. Hanuman Baba, something is praying on him, and what is it doing? Simhika is the name of the demon, and she's pulling the energy, his shadow as he's passing, she's feeding off his energy and she's pulling him. Coming down as he's becoming weaker and weaker, she's coming, and he comes down and he says, who are you? Why are you trying to feed on my energy? I did my prayer and I touched my God and I got my darshan on my aura, and now you are trying to rob me of my energy. Why are you doing that? She says, this is how I live. This is what I do. There are people like that. Some people love to take the energy. You see how nice she looked last night. You see how ugly she looked today. And book it when she go home. Stomach problem, headache problem. And you will go by your barber. You will go by your grandmother. And Auntie will take a peacock feather. Remember we talked about peacock feather last night. And pass it on the person with prayer. This is how you break that type of evil. This is why what we call jari works. It is mantra that breaks the negative. In English, we will say bad eye. Hanuman prayer is potent for that type of thing. The prayer has a purpose that even when people wish you bad, there is a way to break it. Hanuman says that you could do what you want, but you are not going to eat me. Jaya Bhole Baba Tav Sharanam. Jaya Bhole Baba Tav Sharanam. Jaya Samba Sada Shiva Tav Sharanam. Jaya Simha Ye Yatam. Hanumat Hanumat Ramo Mantra. Hanuyapi Lankani Yatam. Vijaya Ye Hanta Ye Yatam. Jaya Bhole Baba Tav Sharanam. Jaya Bhole Baba Tav Sharanam. Jaya Samba Sada Shiva Tav Sharanam. Jaya Samba Sada Shiva Tav Sharanam. Umapati Mahadeva ki Jai. Hanuman goes into her mouth. He says, you want to eat? You want to go down that road? Eat. But the devotee of God, you could try. You could try to touch me. You could try to damage me. You could wish me bad. But the protection of Ram's name is upon me. And he will protect me. Went into she mouth, but at bullet speed. From the mouth, rips the throat into the intestine and rips apart her body. For this reason, when you are doing prayer and a person, for example, has intestinal problems, when Shanidev is interfering, Shanidev is in charge of the skeletal system. Too often when we discuss things, we just say, okay, well, you have a gra, you have a dosh, but I don't know what that means. So when you go into detail now, Shanidev sits on your skeletal system. This is just one example. So when you have a problem with him, he will cause the lady to have fracture. She knocks on the door and poor thing, all her knuckles are crumbling. Osteoporosis is one example of something that Shanidev caused. When people get broken bones and the bone is knitting out of alignment, and you'll hear the doctor has to break back. Only when somebody experiences that, they will know what I'm saying. Break back the bone to get the alignment right. Then that person does Shani Puja, but there's a Hanuman prayers that goes with it. Hanuman Baba, because of the power that he's granted, is able to remedy the troubles that you and I have as a result of karma. When he beat this demoness, he now wants to continue, and he reaches to the shore of Lanka Puri, the city of Lanka. Before we go forward, of all the things you could do to a golden city, of all the things that you could have done to damage these people, we all know that Hanuman Baba is about to burn the city. But have you ever wondered why he had to burn it? Tonight, you're going to hear why it has to burn of all things. And this information, I'm sure it will surprise you. But remember, as the devotee of Sri Ram, this is for your benefit and your benediction. When he goes, Lankani, a demoness is the guard at the main entrance. And this is where, yes, in Ramcharitamanas, she's hit a cough. And it is said that when she is hit this massive blow on her left side by a Vanar, it means that Ravan is going to die. And she bowed to him, bleeding, with tears running from her eyes because of the loss of what is coming for the king, she allows Hanuman to enter the city. And whilst Hanuman is going, "O Parvati," remember, Valmiki is speaking to his godson, Bharadwaj, about a conversation between Lord Shiva and Goddess Parvati. He says, Hanuman is in amazement to see a city built on the top of three mountains. It is as if they are joined in terms of foundation, and this place is semi-floating with the posts of these three mountains. He says Lanka, the city, is lodged on something called Trikut mountain, for children to understand. Goddess Hanuman saw the beautiful greenery, and when he went up, he saw the golden city that was built by the stepbrother of Dashanan or Ravan, who is called Kubir. Hanumanji started to search, and when he went in the darkness, he discovers Vibhishan, he discovers Meghnad, Sulochan. He goes in the different places, but he cannot figure out who is Sita. He cannot determine which one is Sita. He goes and he figures who is Ravan. Ravan has many guards, many ogresses, many demoness, but all are female around him. And in the depth of sleep, Hanuman went and he took the light and he started to singe the beard, the mustache of Ravan, and still Ravan wouldn't wake. He started to make jugs and different pitchers fall in that minute form that he had. It looked as if spirit was toppling things in the castle. And then in Slok 30, he discovers Mandodari, the wife, the chief wife of Ravan. Last night in our discourse, we hear how she is the one who conceives from her belly Sita Mata. Hanumanji went into her chamber and he got confused because the description that Lakshman tells Hanuman, this is how Sita looks. Her hair, her nose is very short, her eyes are large, the skin, the location of where the bindi part here, the mang part is, how her forehead is made, the description of how broad the forehead is. He is feeling as if he's seeing Sita here based on that description. But this is not a captive person. This is a queen. This is a person that has armlets and anklets and gold, and she's decorated. But Sita was in the forest when she's kidnapped with not all these fineries on her body. But how is it? Slok 30, Sagar 9, for those of you following. How is it that Mandodari, the older one, is resembling Sita Mata? From our discourse last night, we understand why. Because Mandodari is the mother of Sita Devi. But Hanuman Baba did not know this secret. Let's hear what happens when he is pondering, who is this person? Parvati Mata says, how did Mandodari come to Ravan in the first place? How is it that she is so beautiful? How could she be the person linked to the goddess? How is she so highly placed? What is the secret of her birth? Please tell me. Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Shakti Rupena Samstita Namastasye Namastasye. Come on everybody, let's sing together. शरणासनवा ये श्रुतु माया ये यातम्
या देवी सर्वभूतेषु शक्तिरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः या देवी सर्वभूतेषु शक्तिरूपेण संस्थिता.
I want to learn about this history. Before you go forward in the Ram Katha, tell me the history of this mother. Please listen. Devi, the goddess had to play a part in this coming of Sita. Not any and anybody could make the goddess. Please listen to how that happened. Once, Kaikashi, who is Kaikashi? The mother of Ravan. This demoness would pray. She taught her sons how to worship Shiva. What you learn from your mother, who's your first guru? Your mom. And mommy taught them. Father is Kashyap, Pulasya, sorry. The father teaches one way of praying, but the mother teaches a different method. Kaikashi says, Sheshnag is blowing heavy, and my shivling has been replaced from where it is here in my ashram into Patal. Oh, Dashanan, go to Shiva and bring a lingam for me, but it must be one of his Jyotir lingam, one of his true lingam. Bring that for me. Ravan in those days, not married yet, bowed to his mother, and he says, Ma, I will go. And when Ravan came close to me in Kailash, oh goddess, there was music. He sang for me, and he begged for two things. Give me your Atma Lingam. Give me the Lingam that has your heart, that has your power. And when a person prays to that Lingam, they will get your love, your presence, and your blessings. Further, the second one, while sitting here, O Ishwar, I saw your consort. I saw Parvati Mata, and how beautiful she is. I wish to have her as my consort. Way Pandit saying, Slok 35, Slok 36, Ravan in his second boon from Lord Shiva says, give me Parvati as my wife. O Girija, listening to the pure prayer of Ravan, I handed over you to him. O Ravan, if you put down this lingam, wherever you rest it, it will remain there. It will not move. Be careful in your journey. Do not let anything stop you. If you get this lingam into your castle in Lanka, you will become impervious. I will have to stand at every entrance and every exit and stand guard at that city, and no enemy will be able to come. This will be the Ashirvad of that lingam. Remember that, Ravan? Goddess, you went with him. I gave you as he asked. Let's hear what happens. Pritava Mandodari Nari Maya Maya Shubha Shubham Tam Nitya Maya Patal Yena Satya Sada Grihayate. To me and he leaves, you as a woman, you started to call out to Vishnu Baba. Shlok 39, the prayer of Parvati. Oh Vishnu, do not forsake me now. Do not leave me now. I do not wish to go here. I wish to remain consecrated in Kailash. Make some Leela happen, that a different form, that Ravan will give me up, that he must throw me away, he must cast me away. Only you could influence him. And Vishnu Baba allowed the Maya to release, and that Maya came around him. The Devi in the unforeseen form, she engulfs this same person who is so diligent in his prayer, who is so unbiased in his resolve. He prays properly. The same person who is praying, that same person, their brain starts to go haywire. They start to think different, they start to get lusty, they get passionate, they get lazy, they get full of pride. The same person becomes their own enemy. Vishnu says, oh Devi, where you abandon somebody, when you turn your back on somebody, not light will they see. Vishnu Baba takes a form of a Brahman and he goes in a prayerful way to Ravan as he's coming. This is also found in your Ganesh Katha. In Ganesh Puran, Ganapati Baba goes to meet him in this form of this Brahman to distract him. There are rules when a person goes to washroom. To number 2, to be honest. In that section, it tells you that if you ever see Pandit, I use in self. If you ever see us go to eat, last night we were talking why we eat without etiquette. You're supposed to keep your left hand on your lap and you eat the roti, the rice, whatever have you with your right hand. Right hand is for food and puja, left hand is for washroom. So we do not eat like this. The person maintains the left hand clean out of etiquette in case they have to hold their bottle of water, whatever. When the person is going to the toilet, it is also deemed in that section that the person, I use it myself, as a person wearing janu, you're supposed to hang the janu on the person's ear so you don't contaminate the janu, to be honest. If I don't say it, you wouldn't know. Part of that ritual, when you are going to the washroom, the person is not supposed to talk. This part, when Ravan, by the power of the goddess around him, the belly starts to go in a different way. He gets the urge to answer the call of nature. And he sees the Brahman and he says, oh Brahman, if I left this lingam here, it will have to remain. Please hold it. Hold it for me and I will come back just now. He leaves Parvati Mata there and he leaves the lingam in the care of the Brahman. Let's hear what happens. Patale palaye yuddha kopi kopa shiva hitakar ye vivarshik ye pataleyam bhulo chitta he shankaryate holding the lingam, he says, oh Rajan, this lingam is very heavy. I do not have your superhuman strength to hold it. Oh, my hand is getting tired. Come quick, Rajan. Are you coming? But Ravan couldn't talk. Ravan is quiet. Hold. But he cannot say anything. I have to rest it down here, king. I have to rest it. And by the will of Mahavishnu and the goddess, the lingam cannot go to the city of Lanka. Now the lingam is stapan in that spot. The lingam is permanently planted there. He's holding on to Parvati. When Ravan returns, he says, what have you done? He says, oh Rajan, I was calling you. I was calling you, but you didn't answer. And I said I was resting it down. My hands were hurting. I'm a weak Brahman. I don't have the muscles like you. Lift it up. If you are strong, you could lift anything. You could lift the Kailash Parvat. Lift up the lingam. And no matter 51, slok 51, no matter how much he's trying to lift that lingam, by the power of that goddess, Lingam Baba is not moving. Ravan is angry now because now his mother is going to get upset. He turns to the Brahman, ready to damage him. The Brahman says, I have cheated you here, friend, but let me save you from some trouble. Lord Shiva is outsmarting you. Now this caught his attention. My God, the God who I worship is trying to outsmart me. What are you saying? Careful. Let's hear what he tells him. He says, you're being tricked. This is not Parvati standing here, you know. This is not the goddess, you know. Let's hear what he says. Ahatraye bharyatam tarita khelaye Parvati patal lokritaye kushalatam bhuvana karna he Shiva. Lord Vishnu in disguise tells him, how could Ishwar give up his goddess? He has given to you Chaya, a fake, a copy of Parvati. The true Parvati he has hidden in the house of Maya, in Patalok, where you will not want to go. He knows that in all the heaven and all the earth, this one will remain with you. And you will accept her because of her good looks. But the true goddess is in Patal. Oh, friend, don't get trapped in this. He says, oh, Brahman, you keep this one. And he releases Parvati, the true Parvati. And he goes to the house of Maya. And when in the house of Maya, Lord Vishnu, together with Devi, created somebody called Mandodri, meaning her body, her figure. The name is referencing her slender waist and her good looks. He goes, when the king sees her, she's very beautiful. And of all the women, he says, I will make you my chief wife. He asked Maya, please allow me to have this daughter of yours. And Ravan asked for the hand of Mandodri. The person that will conceive Sita, the goddess, takes this form by the wish and the will of Mahavishnu to save Parvati. Tato viva sanskaryatam parivara daitya mayayatam Ravana darshik shakti mano buddhi par shruduyate tine ye atam ya devi sarvabhuteshu shakti rupena samsrita namastasye 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 namo namah ya devi sarvabhuteshu shakti rupena samsrita. Ravan got married to Mandodri. And no matter how he was with other women, he always throughout his katha, he always treated her with respect and regard. Never hit, never harm, never damage her. He would philander, he would do all his doing behind her back, but in front of her face, Indrajit, her son, would be the king to be. He was the king, the main prince then, because that was his wife, that was the mother, that was the main because of this. Now, Hanuman is standing over her and seeing this goddess lying there. The face is similar to Sita. This is the only person that looks like Sita, because this was the lady that held Sita in her bed. Confused Hanuman. And even then Hanuman was timid and he was kind of hesitant to leave this lady. Is this the Sita? Should I wake her up? He leaves there and he goes because of the amount of refineries that she had on. This cannot be her. And he continues to search. Eka varani krishyate dine dine malya ye ravani ye yati bhama ye yatam par ram ram ye bhishni yate. Shakti Mata ki Jai. Hanuman continued to look, and in that search for the goddess, it wasn't easy. But it says that the dust of Sri Ram's feet has potency and power. When you're drinking your, what we say, Panchamrit, Charan Amrit, when we wash the Shaligram, there's something called Ram Shaligram. That Shaligram, it has different type in that Gandaki river in Nepal, that the features of Ram is given on that Shaligram, similar to this lingam that is rest down, Gokaran. Not Gaukaran from Bhagavad Katha, Gokaran, because of the crack that happened on the top of it. Similar to that, when the person takes the Ram Shaligram and they wash it, the dust from that Shaligram makes it blessed and the person drinks it. It is equivalent to washing the foot of Sri Ram. And on a day like tomorrow, when Sri Ram's puja is going to be done, drinking the Shaligram's washing, or what we call Charan Amrit, Charana again, like what we heard in Ramcharitamanas, from the ankle to the toe, the foot, that is Charan. Charan Amrit, drinking that tomorrow, it is as if you are drinking the dust of Sri Ram's living, breathing feet tomorrow. So tomorrow, one of the highlights, when you bathe his murti, like how we have the Ram Parivar on the Bedi, you get the water from that and you want to pass it on your body, you want to sip it, that is part of the ritual. In the same way, this goddess had practiced washing her husband's feet, or the Charan Amrit of Sri Ram's foot, and she would pass it in her hair. Have you ever seen elders drink the Charan Amrit and the little, let me say, bouchar, the little wet in the hand? They don't do like us with napkin, they pass it in their hair. Because of the blessing of the feet of the God, anoint my head and bless me. Don't waste it, it still has value. This is why you will see some people, when they get the perfume, they pass it in their hair, but better than the perfume is the Charan Amrit, because of what it represents. Prem Sabalo Mahapati Mahadeva ki Jai. How does Hanuman, in our world today, we have pity for everybody. We have photograph. But imagine, I never saw somebody. Put yourself in Hanuman's shoes. I've never seen this person. I have no pity. There's no likeness. Somebody tell me how the person looked. That is what I'm working with. I am in the dark of night. He reached to the Shoka Vatika, the little garden with all the trees. But how does he know the person? The sparkle in her hair. Slok 66. The sparkle in her hair as if she was glowing because of the passing of the dust of the feet of Sri Ram is attracting the eyes of this Bhakt. And when he sees it in the darkness, there's no lipstick, there's no makeup, there's no joy, but there's a glow brought about by the benediction of Sri Ram. He says, this is Sita. And Hanuman goes close and he witnesses how they are taunting him, taunting her. He stayed there for some time watching. He sees Ravan come and he accosts this person, and she makes statements, threats to him. Strong is this lady. Oh, sinful demon, do not make one step towards me. In Ramcharitamanas, this is where she put the blade of grass on the ground. But she makes a statement here. She says, I have come to usher the end of you and your dynasty. I did not come only for you. If it was a natural fight, when one side fight the other side, when the king is destroyed, such as in the Mahabharata war, the fight stops. But in the case of Ramayana, all of them has to be destroyed. The entire idea of the Daityas, the people that are following the ways of Ravan and his logic, have to be disposed of. She says, I have come here to usher in the end. I, the goddess, have come to do this for you, based on what we read last night. I promise you in different discourse that the end is coming. He says, if in the place of 1 month he's talking to all the demoness that is guarding her, she is not in my bedchamber, all of you demoness will lie dead here. She has to submit to me. Hearing this, Sita Mata replied, I was here. Slok 88. I was here in my infancy. I was born here. I came from your blood. I came from your, the body of Mandodari. In Anand Ramayana, there's a little twist in how he comes. He sees her as a baby. In Adabut Ramayana, he did not see her. At that time, it was foretold that when I am born and I have to be abandoned in the golden box in the land, that I would return. Sita would come a second time, and this second coming, when she's kidnapped and brought back to the city of Lanka, I would bring an end to all your relations. I would bring an end to the 10-headed Ravan, to your brothers Kumkaran and others, all your sons, all your grandsons, they will be destroyed. I will return to Ayodhya, and then on a third visit, I will come to kill the son of a demon called Nikumba. That relation of yours will be destroyed in a different place. And in the forthcoming, we hear about the destruction of the Sahasra Mukh, the 1,000-headed Ravan, which we listened to last night. 4 times I will be in Lanka, and each time I will bring destructions to you, where Mulaksur, the son of Kumkaran, will be destroyed. In that battle, that person will fall. Remember this, O Ravan. Remember when you abducted in Slok 97 of this Sagar 9 in Anand Ramayana. Remember when you kidnapped Kaushalya. Remember when you kidnapped Dasrath, and you thought that you would save your death by the hands of my husband Ram. Our first night discourse, where Dasrath marries Kaushalya. Even then you were helpless, and you were told that Ram will come for you. But I have come for your entire family. I have come to free the people of Lanka. I have come to uplift the soul of the bones that went to make Lanka under the city. My work is so deep and so far-reaching, you think your threats will do me any harm. Oh Dashanan, you are helpless against my potency and the power of Ram that is coming. Oh, you foolish person, you who had so much potential, you will only reach the point of the arrow of Ram. Prem Sabalo Mahapati Mahadeva Ki Jai. Parvati Mata says, the bones that built Lanka. What are you talking about? Hanuman sat on the tree, and he wants to know what is mother saying. Parvati Mata wants to know more about this city, about Ram. There's so many questions in her mind. He says, I will give it to you piece by piece. When that discourse finished with Ravan and the goddess, Hanuman went close to his mother, and still in that minute form, so as if it is an unseen voice is speaking to her, he announced that I am the emissary, I am the worker of Sri Ram, and I have come to tell you that Sri Ram is coming. She looks around, she can't see anybody. How do I know this is not another trick of Ravan? And Sri Ram had told Hanuman in this version of Ramayana, the Katha of Jayanta. For those that know your Ramayana, Jayanta is the son of Indradev. And whilst they were in Chitrakoot, that son took the form of a bird, and he picked, in a summarized version, picked the foot of Sita Mata. And Sri Ram let loose the arrow that chased him high and low. He's running. Hanuman Baba relates that discourse to her, that I heard this from Prabhu's lips. And he told me to tell you because only 2 of you were standing at that time. Lakshman was not around. Mother, I have come to give you hope. I have come to find you. And I have come to relay the message back to Sri Ram that you are okay, so that his work could happen. Mother takes out, after collecting the ring that Sri Ram sent for her, she takes the Chudamani, the piece from the hair, and she wants to send that. He says, Ma, this is big. She takes out the ring and she gives him her ring. He says, Ma, I'm tired. I am hungry. Would you permit me to go and get something to eat? She says, son, I have no money. Remember, he's this small. I have no money for you to go in the market and buy anything here. He says, Ma, there are trees right around, full of lush fruits. She says, yes, but that great king, O Maruti. How does she call him? By his name, Maruti. Remember, for the person who loves Hanuman Baba, Hanuman is the name he's called when he clefts the lip. But the true name of Hanuman is Maruti. O Maruti, you are so small, meek, mild. How will you face that giant of a man, Ravan? He will destroy you. Oh, little boy, don't go and cause damn upon yourself for eating fruits. He says, Ma, the name of Sri Ram is in my heart. Slok 129, he says, the name of Ram is with me. There is nothing more powerful than that. Blessed is the devotee, Ma, that although they may be small, meek and mild, and the trouble looks big and bad, if the person has true faith, what fear? What is fear, Ma? What in that heart could hold other than faith? Ma, let me show you. And Hanuman starts to make a ruckus in that Ashoka Vatika. Many verses go by where he's tumbling and tottling all the trees. Hanuman is mashing up everything. Vibhishan, all the different soldiers are alerted. Messages sent to the city from Jambumali to come, the person who is in charge of that district, that quarter of Lanka. Quickly, there is some enemy inside this area. Send many soldiers, and more people they send, more licks they get in. Endless hands are being pounded and jumped on, and Sita Mata is watching how potent and how powerful Jambumali is sent flying. All his chariots scattered, all his soldiers are going. Ravan is told to send more soldiers, dispatch more people. That the son of Akash is laying waste. Meghnad comes, and is when Meghnad comes with a powerful weapon. The arrow of Brahma is used. Brahma has to come and beg the son of Pawandev to stop. Do not let my arrow be potentless, to have no point, to be worthless. Please, please. Meaning, allow the arrow to hold you. Mellow yourself and be captured now. Let's hear what happens when Brahma goes to beg Hanuman. Tuma bade veera balavan, Mahavir Bajrangi. Tuma bade veera balavan, Mahavir Bajrangi. Rakshayata Mahavir बजरंगी
बड़े वीर बलवान महावीर बजरंगी मैं तारो तुम्हारो ज्ञान महावीर बजरंगी
Brahma appeared, visible only to Hanumanji, and he says, Hanuman Baba, Shanti, hold, play the game, and allow them to capture you now. Go and see who Ravan is. Hanuman Baba stopped, and Indrajit did not know who he was bowing to. Indrajit feels he's bowing to him. Meghnad, the son of Ravan, he says to him, oh, monkey, where's all your power? Where's all your prowess now? And they throw a noose around his neck and they drag him. They pull him into the court of Ravan. They ridicule him. They admonish him. Perhaps all of them. They are laughing at him. Where all your power? You're like a deer. You flame up and you burn down so quick. All your potency is done. What type of warrior are you? Stand now in the presence of a great man. And Ravan came out from his bedchamber, half dressed, no crown on his head, and he's seeing Hanuman in chains and ropes, and he's held by all his sons. He says, you who are so powerful, you seem to have prayer. Power knows power. You have power, you have great Vardhan, but great people like me, remember our first night? Remember where Ravan says, the day I lust behind my daughter, that's my end. He says, great people know how to call their death, how to usher their death. Tell me how to damage you, how to burn you. Hanuman, oh Devi, Hanuman knows that his father Pawan is great friends with Agni Dev. He knows the two of them cannot work without each other. He says, oh great king, I'm afraid of fire. If you put fire on my tail, I will be burnt alive. Oh, great king, that is the answer to this question that you are asking. Ravan looks at Prahast, his son, and he says, start to take the clothes off your back. Where did the cloth come from? He told all of them, take off your clothes and wrap that tail potently and get ready to burn him. He has to be destroyed for the disrespect he has shown my city. Prahas takes off his kanhawar. He starts to take off his dhoti. All of them start to take off their clothes and they are wrapping that tail more and more. The body of Hanuman starts to grow. Ishwar is watching to see the power of Hanuman. In Kailash, he says, Parvati, tears started to well up as I saw how great the power of the name of Ram could make him, that his body is stretching and more clothes is coming. And even in that moment where Ravan was seeing the miracle, it did not occur to him that the name of God is working, that the power of God is unfolding in front of him, that the goddess has already locked a noose around his neck, that he is now blinded. He says, go and get the clothes from the people of Lanka and let them contribute to wrapping that tail. That tail has to be wrapped properly. Let's hear what happens. Tum bade veer balavan Mahavir Bajrangi Main jaru tumharo jaan Mahavir Bajrangi. Shubhitam pavitratekam Lanka dayatya sidlayo Neva Sita yetam Balavan
महावीर बजरंगी मैं तारो तुम्हारो ज्ञान महावीर बजरंगी.
Tonight think what I'm saying. When we hear Hanuman Baba is expanding, why didn't he just grow and never stop? Something had to stop him from growing. Brahma had to come and he says, Hanuman, stop, hold. Visible only to the eyes of Hanuman. He says if that tail continues to grow, the Ashoka Vatika, Sita Mata is sitting there and she is defenseless. And that fire on your tail will burn her. If you continue to grow, you will put that area of Lanka in danger. You are doing the bidding. You are doing your work. There is a purpose behind this Leela. But do not cause that goddess pain. Do not burn her. Do not cause her any pain. Oh, Hanuman, stop. And in that moment, Hanuman's body remains stable. It remains stagnant. Now, a towering man in the court of Ravan's court. They finish wrapping the tail. It is drenched with oil. All the Devtas, Mercury, Bud, Mangal, all of them are watching, because in this discourse, in a different section, where Shashti Mata and Katyayani, people who are doing Devi Puja tonight, they are doing Katyayani Puja last night into tonight. Who was Katyayani? Katyayani was the child, the babysitter for Ravan. He had them looking after his children because he had the Devtas like slaves. Shani Dev, his hand is tied behind, from a different Ramayana, he's tied behind a post, his neck is tied looking at the heaven. When you listen to Ganesh Katha, when you hear of different discourse with Shani Dev, Shani's eyes cause trouble. Ravan put the eyes to face the heavens so Indra and all others would suffer, but never the city of Lanka. For the city to burn, Shani Dev is held by Hanuman and they jump into the sky. And he allows him to look at Lanka. Now Lanka is ready to be destroyed. Now what nobody could do, what Indra couldn't do, what Shiv Baba couldn't do, now Hanuman is about to do it. Because of the view of Shani Dev, when they lit the tail and he jumped in the sky and he's running with this fire, the city that could not be damaged, the city that was impervious, the city that was golden is now blazing. For wherever he went, fire was catching. Because of Shani's influence, Hanuman Baba is now burning the city. Maruti is fulfilling the burning of a place that was supposed to be burnt long ago. Oh mother, hear why. Tuma bade veera balavan Mahavir Bajrangi main daro tumharo dhyan.
Mahavir Bajrangi, tuma bade veera balwan. Mahavir Bajrangi, main daro tumharo dhyan. Mahavir Bajrangi.
Char Vishnu Maruti Sheshyatam Bhagvat Yena Varshyetam Mat Pita Saucha Yenata Ye Bhaitam Ye Bhale Veera Balavan Mahavir Bajrangi Main Daro Tumharo Dhyan.
Mahavir Bajrangi, tuma bade veera balwan. Mahavir Bajrangi, main daro tumharo dhyan. Mahavir Bajrangi.
Sat Sat Ravana Lanka Puritam Sadayeti Siti Paraye Paichhatyena Svigate Yetam Par Mukti Yenatam Tuma Bade Veera Balavan.
Mahavir Bajrangi, main daro tumharo dhyan. Mahavir Bajrangi,
Tuma Bade Veera Balavan.
Mahavir Bajrangi,
Main daro tumharo dhyan.
Mahavir
Bajrangi. Hanuman Baba, Pavanaputra Hanuman ki. Hanuman Baba beat from the western gate and in a clockwise manner he came, burning the city, being careful to stay clear of that the Ashoka Vatika. Up to the hair on the body of the people of Lanka started to singe with the terrible heat that was coming. Parvati wants to know of all the places, of all the things that could have happened that night in that city, why did it have to burn? He says, Goddess, the city of Lanka was built on the bones of blessed people. The city is impervious. Slok 234. O Girija, This place was a mountainous island called Trikut. When Kubir saw it, when he fell in love with this place to build his golden city, this oasis, it was because there were bones collected here by Garud. Garud caused these 3 hills to be built. And the bones have to be, when they are burnt, they would be allowed Ashivad or salvation. Whose bones are you referring to? What are you talking about? Mahadev, I have never heard this. Please tell me the history of the place that is called Lanka. Why is it so beneficial that Sita comes there, that Sri Ram goes there? Why is it? He says, in a place, tell me if you ever hear this discourse, in a place where there was a beautiful pond, there once had an elephant and an alligator. And that alligator held on to the foot of that elephant's hind leg, the body of that elephant, and he tried to swallow. That crocodile that was pulling the elephant back into the water. One of the places you will come across, this is in your Bhagavad Katha, 10th Skand, the Katha of Gajendra. The alligator from a previous birth was a Gandharva that pulled the Guru into the water, made fun of the Guru. I'm stronger than you, I could pull you. And in the moment he says, you're acting like a beast. Go and be born as a beast that will only pull things into the water. So the crocodile was formed. Who is the elephant? Oh Shiva, Indra the Yamuna was a great king. And he forgot his manners. In prayer one day, it have some people doesn't know how to reply. When people walk in the temple, step on the house of God, Sitaram, if it is to the Murti self. When people are here, the proper greeting, if not namaste, or even if it's good evening, some respectable statement, Sitaram. But there are some people do not think it is necessary. I don't know if you ever had that experience. They do not think it is necessary to reply to the old lady or to the poor person or to the little child. They are below me. So with pride, and they are indifferent. They don't think the heavy hands or big head is enough to do so, Sitaram. I see God in you. That is what we mean when we do that. I see the Devta inside of you. This king made that mistake. He says, you are like a big, disgusting beast. Go in your next life and be a disgusting beast that is full of pride. You see how you have pride now in this life? Go be the elephant that is trucking down all the trees and knocking down like a big beast, the forest. Go be born like that because of your behavior, your demeanor, your character. Be born in that form. In the moment, as per this discourse, the king dropped to the foot of Guruji and he says, I'm sorry. I really act as if I am better than somebody because of the crown I wear on my head. It sometimes influences me who I pay homage to and who I bow to. I admit today that I am wrong for selecting who is supposed to be respected. I should have the demeanor that every person that has God in them is fitting, is enough to show some humility or some homage to. Consider if me and you are in this fellow's shoes. Do you fall in this catch? Guruji says, I have already told you, you will become the elephant, but you will have the sense to save yourself with a lotus flower in your dying moment. Just as in this moment, you're saving yourself quick with humility. In your dying moment, after suffering for a very long time, you will figure out the prayer or the way for Vishnu Baba himself to save you. And as you know, Gajendra extended the tusk with the lotus flower, and Lord Vishnu waited until the very last iota of breath came out of him to lift not only the elephant but the crocodile. He takes the Jeevatma of the two of them. But the part we don't know is what happens after. He says, Goddess, Lord Vishnu allowed Garud to hold the body of the elephant in the right hand and the crocodile in the left hand. And he told Garudji, you are a carnivore, eat the body and allow them to serve as your nutrition. Allow them to serve you. And when Garud in moving, there was a vulture that was watching this entire Leela. Garud grabs him as well. These three entities were great devotees of Lord Vishnu. Gajendra, who calls in that Gajendra stotra when people are in hospital and you are seeing the person whether they are suffering, Baba, but mommy's suffering and she's praying for death. She calling on God to take she life. She ready. What is the prayer? You worship the shaligram. Everybody knows that. You get the tulsi water, you put it on the shaligram. But the prayer that is chanted is maybe one verse. If God bless you, you could say the whole thing. The Gajendra passage that, dear God, I am suffering and I want to go home to you. And you allow the person to drink that water by the magic in English words of Lord Vishnu. The soul leaves the body without further suffering. It doesn't mean that every time you drink shaligram water, to be quite clear, that is the end point. For example, another use of that same act of drinking the water, you see it when the girl is getting pain, the baby coming, but oh Lord, the doctor has to come, go back home, you're ready yet. Go back home, you're ready yet. Go back home, you're ready. Baba, it have anything we could do? You take the shaligram water and you chant the passages from Brahmavaivat Puran where Shashti Mata is being invoked, and Shashti Mata 1, 2, 3, baby coming. The body starts to adjust. And by her darshan, mother gets ready to bring the baby come into the world. Similar to what happens when the full moon is coming in the life of a girl. For the mothers present, you know, the doctor and all of the Baba, this talk, the child booked for November the 1st, but the full moon is 2 weeks before. I don't think she will cross that moon. The influence of that unseen magnetic energy causes something to happen to the belly in the female, and in an unseen way, that magic happens and the child comes. The similar happens in the menstrual cycle. Sometimes you're booking prayers. Do you have any idea how unfortunate it is for the young lady who is praying, preparing herself for yagya, for puja, but that full moon coming? And on that full moon day when I could have done my puja, may I have the karma, belly spoil. Consider if God made me, but the same God make me in such a way that I am now illegible, unfit to do the prayer. In the same breath as I am talking about that bodily cycle, remember the same rules apply to men when it comes to your bodily fluid. An example of that is why we have 5 people walking around the box in funeral. If the boy gets cut, if he gets a cold, if he gets diarrhea, if he starts to lose fluid in an uncontrollable way, he is unfit to do the sanskar. So the first main person, as we say in local language, he can't do the prayer. So the second person, maybe the third person, maybe the fourth person will take over. They are back up for that purpose. So when somebody ill speaks women and say, well, only all you like that, truthfully, no. If a boy cutting chatine and his fingers start to bleed, he's not fit to do certain types of prayer. Vindravan Bihari Lala Ki Jai. The problem now, he has 3 bodies in his hands, in claws, but he wants to eat and he cannot eat, so he goes to his father. Who is the father of Garud, Baba? The father of Garud is Kashyap Muni. Who is the brother of Garud? For the people who will do Surya Puja tomorrow, go home, watch your Murti. You will see Surya Baba in front, and there's a fella sitting holding the 7 horse of Suraj Narayan. In English, we call that guy the ozone layer, the shield that keeps us free from the true effects of the rays of the sun. His name is Aruna in Hindu language, in Hindu belief. Aruna does not have legs. He is the first person that we are called specially able, and he's given this job where his body is not perfect, but now he has a purpose, and his back, his skin is able to endure the burning sensation of the sun. This is why he could sit so close to him, and he protects you and I from the burning potency of Surya Dev. Kashyap's other son is Garud, who becomes the Vahan of Lord Vishnu. Garud says, Daddy, I am going place to place, and I cannot find anything. I cannot find no place to eat. He says, I went on a tree, and on the tree it had a lot of people praying, and I didn't want to damage them. So when I lifted, I took the branch, the monies came off. And I want to go and sit perched on this branch to eat. He says, go in what we call the place called Lanka. And where it was flat, beach, land, beach, kind of island kind of thing, when he was finished, the bones of the elephant, the bones of the vulture, the bones of the alligator formed three heap or three mountain that collected dirt after many years that go to form these mountain peaks. The branch that he sat on bridged the mountains. It is on this perch that Kubir builds what we call Lanka. But for the benefit of those devotees, the bones had to be burnt. So the fire that Shiv brings in the form of Hanuman is to burn those bones. And it did burn, and the city was fractured in a way me and you think only the walls and the roof burned. But it was the floor, the foundation, the root of Lanka that was so damaged. And by their potency, after this discourse, they start to repair the place. Prem Sabolo Pavana Putra Hanuman Ki Jai. Devi says, what happened? What happened next, O Baba? Let's hear in this verse. Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Shakti Rupena Samstita Namastasye 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 Namo Namah. Namastasye, namastasye,
Namastasye, Namo Namah. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Shakti Rupena Samskrita.
Ladrishyanti linyatam papana bhuvi maruti hattato drishtva kapisha drishtaye yena muni satamam tam ye kanchita.
Ya Devi
Come on, everybody.
Sarvabhuteshu Shakti Rupena Samskrita.
Namastasye, namastasye,
Namastasye,
Namo Namah.
Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Shakti Rupena Samskrita.
Hanuman Baba is very happy with himself. He has completed his job. He goes and he tells Mata, Ma, I am going. I have your ring, and I'm going to bring joy to the monkeys that are on the shore, still waiting, Angad, Jamwant, etc. And then I'll go back to Sri Ram, who is waiting